Hi, this is Craig and welcome back to Cruising Off Duty. If you've been watching the channel, you know that I sailed a 50-foot catamaran, an Xquisite X5, from Cape Town, South Africa, across the South Atlantic, over the equator, through the Caribbean. As you saw in the last episode, we finally set sail out of Cape Town, but not before a little bit of a run-in with immigration. Go back and check that out if you didn't watch that. It was kind of humorous. And in this episode, we sail in some beautiful and calm conditions into the Namibian waters for the first time. It's beautiful. But don't worry, it doesn't last much longer past this episode. Before we get into this episode, I just want to thank my patrons, some of which have been around since the beginning of the channel, long since before I was doing any of these transatlantic voyages, and in this particular voyage, a bunch of sponsors that jumped on board to help defer the costs of me flying halfway around the world and spending 8 weeks away from my regular job. Thanks so much. I couldn't have done it without you guys. And without any further ado, let's get on to this episode.
We anchor and hoist the sail.
Good morning and welcome to day 3 of sailing. I'm on my morning watch. The sun has just risen. We are motor sailing. Very, very light winds. Like 6 knots, 7 knots of wind from our port quarter. Just beautiful out here. As you can see from the dressing, still a bit chilly in the morning, but in the afternoon it gets nice and warm. Just thought I'd let you see the sunrise. Okay, it's the end of my morning shift. We actually had to take down the screecher because not even enough wind to keep that out. So we're really in lack of wind. We're getting like 4 knots of wind now. One thing I forgot to mention, when I first started my shift at 6, it's actually dark until like 7:30. But Neil was before me and he pointed out there were dolphins swimming beside our boat and at the bow of our boat in the pitch dark, which I didn't think they would do because how much fun is it to play with the boat when they can barely see it, but they were there, so it was cool. I didn't have my low light lens ready. I gotta set that out on the table out here so that when these things happen, I've got a camera that hopefully can catch it. So next time I'll have the low light lens ready with my big cinematic camera, maybe catch some of the bioluminescence as well. So that's the end of my morning shift.
Got an elastic heart. Yeah, you won't see me fall apart.
Alright, as you can see, the X5 has tons of outdoor speakers. They sound great, you can hear it all over the boat, depends on which zone you want it, but there's even one on the mast so you can hear the music on the foredeck. My only concern was YouTube will flag your video if it hears copyright protected music. To my understanding, as long as it can hear more than 20 seconds of a song, its little algorithm will flag it. And if you get flagged 3 times, your channel gets taken down. So I told Sean, all this music's probably copyright protected, so I can't have ambient sounds going on, but clearly the boys love their music, so the music was almost continuously on for most of the voyage. I know a lot of you have written in saying you love to see the sights and sounds, so you feel like you're there and you wonder why I dub over music, or in this case I talk over top of it, and that is exactly why. I don't want to get flagged, but I want you to see the views that I saw during this voyage. So there you go. This is the life. So this is the afternoon of day 3. As you can see, beautiful sunny, but also you can see no sail, no jib, no screecher. We do have a main, but you can hear it luffing over there because we were actually motoring faster than the wind, so we should really just take it down. There's one thing, if you watch the channel I did, the first transatlantic, you might be thinking this is getting to be a bit like deja vu. That voyage with 3,300 miles, we're supposed to be windy, trade winds behind us the whole time. We're supposed to be able to sail 90% of the time, and it ended up being like this. Dead calm. I think it's like 3 knots of true wind right now. We have no jib, no screecher. We still have the main up, but it's not doing anything. But it certainly is beautiful. So it's only day 3. We got a 10,000 nautical mile voyage here, so I'm sure we're gonna get some really windy days soon. Predict wind is saying now it was supposed to be this afternoon, gets a little windier. Now it's saying tomorrow or late tonight. So yeah, once we get some wind, we're gonna put the parasailer up, assuming it's behind us. Parasailer up, and we're gonna sail by the parasailer. It's a beautiful sail. Also, it's a nice quiet downwind run. And at that point, Tomas and I are gonna do a tour of the boat for you guys, so you can see the boat inside and out while we're underway. Weather's a little strange here. Like I'm sitting here in my beanbag chair in front of the boat, having a great day, and then all of a sudden, as soon as the sun gets close to the horizon, it's going to be run inside, get on the long underwear, the jeans, like 2 layers of sweatshirts, a coat, foul weather jacket, like 5 layers of clothing to stay warm. So it's so bizarre to go from like 30 degrees to 10 degrees type thing. Yeah, strange. I've never experienced this before, but we are in very southern waters here, so as we go north it'll get warmer and warmer, which is counterintuitive to us from North America to go north and get warmer, but I'm looking forward to the heat. I got to take advantage of this. The boys like to have their tunes on all day as we're out here. Something happened to the outdoor speaker and Tomas is inside trying to figure out whether it was a fuse or a wire or what's going on. The speaker out here stopped working, but that is a great opportunity for me to do that ambient real life sounds. So get your earphones on, I'm going to walk you around the boat. I'm not going to say a word, and you can listen to the sounds of the boat. It'll probably be more enjoyable when we're sailing and you don't hear the sail luffing. But hey, gotta take advantage of the fact that it's quiet. No music going right now. This has turned into quite the party boat. Provisioning wise, the boys stocked lots of beer, and that's about it. I was surprised when we left the dock and I said, do we have any juice? And they're like, no, we got water, and we got beer. Okay then. What are you gonna do? Let there be music. We demand music. So Tomas is gonna go to the top of the mast.
Not the top, it's only the spreader.
Or are you gonna do the camera at the same time?
No, I'm not. This with the spinner carrier, you can't go up to the top because it's not coming exactly from the top.
Oh, okay.
Any signals for me other than
Stop.
Okay.
The back speakers work, it's just the ones out here don't. Priorities.
Stop.
And we'll let him figure it out. Wish him luck.
Don't it turn off.
Pressed one thing up there and it's working.
Turn it off.
We're gonna repair.
What was it? Just a wire?
Look, I went through everything below, so I discarded. This is the last book.
Yeah, last thing. He'd gone through everything under the wiring under the nav station and there was nothing wrong. So clearly there was a loose wire. Clearly these are first world problems when our outdoor speakers don't work.
Okay guys, this is very bad. This is like a beer. It's the wrong place. Like a half drunk person in another. Hello there.
Hello, this is Steve from Cruising Who Gives a F***, and we're just about to cross from South Africa into Namibia. Just 1 second here, let me bust down.
So we're going into Namibia.
I don't think you're gonna put that on video, but how are you? Hello there. Everybody has a camera here. Wow, look at that.
That's only a few boat lengths. Oh yes. 120, 111, 96 feet.
Namibia!
Namibia! Woo! Okay, here we are. It is 5:35 on the third day and we just crossed out of South Africa into Namibia. How are you feeling about that?
Fantastic. It's so great to be at sea.
It's a beautiful day, eh? The sun is
Absolutely.
unbelievable.
With albatross.
Yeah.
And they're the most graceful creatures. Just this is their kingdom out here.
It's amazing. I gotta catch one of them in slow-mo soon. So what are your thoughts crossing into Namibia?
First country down, a couple more to go.
In your boat? Tomas?
Actually, this is my country number 90. 90.
9-0.
Yeah.
You've never been to Namibia?
Never. This is my first time.
That's amazing.
So now I'm
90
officially 90 countries. And this message is specifically for my friend Randy. He's gonna understand that. We're in a fight. How many countries each
Oh, you're in a battle, are you?
been? Yeah.
Neil, what are your thoughts? You're running away.
Welcome to
track on that.
Namibia! Woo!
He's not naked anymore.
All right, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts?
It's amazing.
Beautiful day.
It's amazing. All
We
these
have a beautiful
storms we've
sunset.
weathered.
All the storms.
That was a
All
rough
the
passage.
shipping hazards that we've had to deal with. We should rename
Yeah, we're gonna have an awesome sunset.
What we do is to maybe put up the main until there's light and calm and easy.
Yeah.
Because we're expecting wind for the night, so it's easy to do it now when conditions are calm. And then the sun's gonna go down. We will have already the main up, and then later we just deal with head sails. Okay. So who wants to do it?
Who's on ship here now?
Sean.
Me. I think a ceremonial raising of the main by the owner in Namibian
First time
waters.
in Namibia.
It's very important.
It's a very good idea.
Very
Yes,
important.
in a brand new
And I
country.
think we need to make him reef as we go past every
What did you say in yours?
He said, what did you say?
What did you say in yours?
Nothing that could be posted
Oh,
on YouTube.
Are you
not
posting?
again.
Are you only saying things I can't post? You bugger.
Hashtag.
I keep hoping for the best, for like juicy goodness.
This is Steve. Hashtag no
No,
royalties.
bleep, 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 bleep.
There was no being.
We're going back.
We're going back.
We're going back to South
We're
Africa.
going back to Cape Town just to see if the border
go
control
ahead.
works.
Still going.
Yeah, let's see if they notice the undesirable. So bear it off the wind, we'll get the main working. And I gotta tell you, remember earlier I said it gets cold? Whew, I'm in shorts and a t-shirt and the sun is just about to set and the temperature is dropping fast. So I gotta go get my woolies on soon. Let's check out the sunset though. Yeah, it won't be long now. It is gonna be a beautiful sunset. Clearly we all want to see the beautiful sunset, but everybody was congregating behind the windshield to protect themselves from the cold wind. There's only so much room there. So me being the Canadian, I braved the husky north conditions up at the bow of the boat to watch it. Oh, and by the way, before the sun goes down, we forgot we have to take the lure in. You look like somebody off look deadly as catch with that outfit on. It's that much work even with just the lure, right? Yeah. Wow. It's a big lure. What are you going to do when there's an actual fish on there?
Definitely teams.
Oh yeah, we'll have to take turns. First sit down meal together as we cross into Namibia.
That'd be very romantic.
Very romantic. We even have wine. Well, that's the end of this episode and probably the end of these calm days for a while. The next episode, we get about 30 knots of wind. So much wind, we start having to reef our sails because we're overpowered. And of course, dolphins show up at the most inopportune time when things are pounding and slamming. Don't worry though, I get to film them in future episodes where I get up close and personal and it's a lot more comfortable than it is in this episode. Then in the episode after that, we're going to do that walking tour. Very detailed tour with Tomas of the Xquisite X5 while we're sailing under a parasail, which is very cool. I don't think anybody's ever done that before. And then the following episode is going to be a really cool one as we pull into Walvis Bay, Namibia, because that's where we get inundated with tons of pelicans just landing on our boat. And while we're admiring them, a seal jumps on the back of our moving boat. I mean, come on, this is just, I can't even believe this happened at the same time. Anyway, that's all coming up in the future. You're not going to want to miss it. So subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification button so you find out exactly when a new episode's up. If you enjoyed this episode, show the channel some love by giving it a thumbs up. Helps us out a lot. And that's about it. So until next time, this is Craig signing off, wishing you safe cruising and ciao for now.
We anchor and hoist the sail.